There are things a woman's body can hide, but there are also things it simply cannot. And once you know where to look, it's almost supernatural. Like seeing through a mask. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 physical signs that silently expose whether she's been intimate with someone else. These aren't guesses. They're rooted in psychology, biology, and human behavior. And once you see them, you'll never unsee them. This isn't about paranoia. It's about clarity, because doubt eats you alive. If nothing's going on, you'll finally have peace. But if something is, you deserve to know. So take a deep breath, because what I'm about to share will change the way you see women forever. They say the eyes are the window to the soul. But when intimacy shifts, the eyes become the window to guilt. When a woman invests emotionally and physically in someone else, her eye contact with you changes. It's not just looking away once or twice. It's a pattern. If she used to lock eyes with you during dinner, on the couch, or in bed, and now her gaze escapes to her phone, the TV, or anywhere but you, pay attention. Guilt disrupts sustained eye contact. The brain literally struggles to hold your gaze when it's hiding something. Catch her off guard. If she looks at you and instantly looks away, too fast, almost panicked, followed by a forced smile, that's called visual intimacy discomfort. Her mind is divided between 2 realities, and her eyes can't fake it. The neck, the nape, and the chest. These are intimate zones, and they hold memory. After recent intimacy, these areas become highly sensitive. If you kiss her neck or touch her nape and she flinches, pulls away, or acts uncomfortable, when that wasn't her pattern before, that's a red flag. These areas store tactile memory. If someone else crossed that boundary recently, her body subconsciously protects that space. Notice if she suddenly wears her hair down all the time, scarves, or high collars. The body instinctively shields areas marked by recent emotional or physical intimacy. That's not fashion. That's defense. A real hug is surrender. It's trust. It's intimacy. But when intimacy shifts, the hug changes. In a genuine hug, her body melts into yours, hips aligned, arms tight, heart open. A fake hug is quick, mechanical, hips pulled back, arms around you but no real embrace. This is called an avoidance hug. The body wants distance, but the mind knows it has to fake normal. Watch closely. If her hugs feel like handshakes, something deeper has changed. Notice casual touches. Straightening your shirt, grabbing your hand, brushing your shoulder. If those vanish, it's because her touch energy is being invested elsewhere. Touch is energy, and energy follows attention. Women are creatures of ritual. And when someone new enters her life, her rituals change. Sudden new perfume? A fragrance you've never seen before? That's not random. Softer skin, new lotions, hair care routines she never mentioned? That's preparation. When a woman is preparing to be seen, touched, and desired by someone else, she invests in sensory details like scent, skin texture, and hair softness. If you're not the recipient of that care, ask yourself, who is? The body can fake words, fake smiles, even fake hugs, but it cannot fake breathing. When she's close to you, watch her breathing. Calm, deep breathing means comfort. Short, fast breathing means nervous system alert. Not fear of you, fear of being caught. Notice if she constantly creates space, a pillow between you on the couch, sleeping facing away when she used to sleep in your arms. Physical distance mirrors emotional distance. 1 or 2 of these signs might be stress. Life phases happen. But 3, 4, or all 5? That's not coincidence. That's a pattern. And patterns tell the truth. Now let's go deeper. Because these signs don't exist in isolation, they form a web. And when you connect them, the picture becomes undeniable. Think of eye contact. It's not just about whether she looks at you, it's about when she looks away. If she avoids your gaze during moments of intimacy, dinner, conversation, or even laughter, that's guilt. But if she avoids your gaze during conflict, that's stress. The difference is timing. Guilt hides during closeness, Stress hides during confrontation. Learn the difference and you'll see the truth. The neck and chest sensitivity? That's not just biology, it's psychology. The human body stores memory in muscle tension. When someone else touches her in those zones, her nervous system encodes it. That's why she flinches when you touch her there. It's not conscious, it's subconscious. And the subconscious doesn't lie. If she suddenly shields those areas, it's because they've been marked, and the body protects what's marked. The hug? That's the most primal test. Humans hug to bond, to release oxytocin, to feel safe. If her hugs change, her bond has changed. A mechanical hug is the body's way of saying, I'm here, but I'm not here. Watch her hips. If they pull back, she's protecting her core. If her arms are loose, she's protecting her heart. The hug is the truth serum of intimacy, and it never lies. Touch rituals? They're the silent language of love. When she stops fixing your collar, stops brushing your hair back, stops reaching for your hand, it's not laziness, it's redirection. Her touch energy is flowing elsewhere. And energy doesn't split evenly, it flows to the strongest bond. If you're not feeling her touch, someone else is. Breathing? That's the final frontier. Because breathing is the one function the body cannot fake. Words can lie, smiles can lie, but breathing is controlled by the nervous system. If she breathes fast around you, it's because her nervous system is on alert. Not fear of harm, fear of exposure, fear of being caught. Watch her chest, watch her shoulders. If they rise and fall quickly, her body is screaming what her mouth won't say. And then there's space. Space is the physical manifestation of emotional distance. A pillow between you, a blanket pulled tight, sleeping away from you. These aren't random, they're subconscious shields. The body creates barriers when the heart is divided. If she used to melt into you and now she builds walls, those walls aren't just physical, they're emotional. Men, understand this. One sign alone means nothing. 2 signs might mean stress, but 3, 4, or 5? That's a pattern. And patterns don't lie. The body doesn't lie. You just have to know where to look. This is not about paranoia. This is about clarity. Because clarity is peace, and peace is power. But let's go even deeper. Because the body doesn't just reveal intimacy shifts in the obvious ways. It whispers them in subtle cues, in micro-expressions, in changes so small you'd miss them if you weren't trained to see. And once you learn to spot them, it's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, everything makes sense. Take her eyes again. It's not only about whether she avoids your gaze, it's about how her pupils react. Psychology shows that pupils react to our deepest nervous system states. If her pupils used to soften when she looked at you, but now they dilate with high-alert nervous energy when you ask a simple question, that's a physiological clue. The body can't fake pupil response. It's controlled by the nervous system. Watch closely. The eyes don't lie. Now consider her voice. You might think words are easy to fake, but tone is harder. When intimacy shifts, her vocal rhythm changes. If she used to speak with warmth, softness, and flow, but now her tone feels clipped, rushed, or distant, that's not random. That's emotional withdrawal. The voice carries emotional investment. If her voice feels colder, it's because her warmth is being directed elsewhere. And if you notice sudden changes in pitch, higher when she's nervous, lower when she's guarded, those are subconscious leaks of truth. The body posture tells another story. When a woman is fully invested in you, her body leans in. Shoulders forward, torso open, feet pointed toward you. But when intimacy shifts, posture shifts too. She leans back. She crosses her arms. Her feet point away. These are defensive postures. They're not conscious. They're instinctive. The body closes when the heart closes. If she's physically turning away, it's because emotionally she already has. Let's talk about micro-expressions. These are the tiny flashes of emotion that cross the face in less than a second. You can't fake them. If she smiles at you but her eyes flash sadness or guilt for a split second, that's a micro-expression. If she laughs but her mouth tightens immediately after, that's suppression. Micro-expressions are the cracks in the mask, and once you learn to see them, you'll realize the mask is paper thin. Now, rituals. Women are creatures of ritual, and rituals reveal everything. If she suddenly changes her grooming habits, her bedtime routine, or her morning rituals, ask why. A new perfume, new skincare, new lingerie? These aren't random. They're investments, and investments are made for someone. If you're not the recipient, someone else is. Rituals don't lie. They shift when priorities shift. Even technology tells the truth. If she used to leave her phone on the table, unlocked, casual, but now it's always face down, always locked, always guarded, that's not coincidence. That's secrecy. The body protects intimacy, and the phone is the modern extension of intimacy. Guarded phone behavior mirrors guarded emotional behavior. If she suddenly shields her phone, she's shielding her heart. Let's revisit touch, because touch is energy, and energy follows attention. If she used to touch you casually, brushing your arm, fixing your collar, holding your hand, and now those touches vanish, it's because her touch energy is flowing elsewhere. And here's the truth. Touch doesn't split evenly. It flows to the strongest bond. If she's not touching you, she's touching someone else. And the absence of touch is louder than words. Breathing, again, is the ultimate truth. Calm breathing means comfort. Shallow breathing means alertness. But notice the timing. If her breathing changes when you enter the room, that's not stress. That's guilt. If her breathing changes when you ask a question, that's not fear. That's exposure. The nervous system reacts before the mind can fake it. Breathing is the body's confession, and it cannot be silenced. Space is the final frontier. Physical distance mirrors emotional distance. A pillow between you, a blanket pulled tight, sleeping away from you. These aren't random, they're subconscious shields. The body creates barriers when the heart is divided. If she used to melt into you and now she builds walls, those walls aren't just physical, they're emotional. And once those walls appear, they rarely vanish without reason. Now, let's connect the dots. One sign alone means nothing. 2 signs might mean stress, but 3, 4, or 5? That's a pattern. And patterns don't lie. The body doesn't lie. You just have to know where to look. This is not about paranoia. This is about clarity. Because clarity is peace, and peace is power. Men, understand this. Doubt eats you alive. It robs you of sleep, of focus, of joy. But clarity sets you free. If nothing is going on, you'll finally have peace. But if something is, you deserve to know. Because your time, your energy, your love, they are valuable, and they should never be wasted on deception. Knowledge is power, and the body is the key to that knowledge. So watch the eyes, watch the neck, watch the hug, watch the touch, watch the breathing, watch the space. These are the 5 pillars of truth, and once you see them, you'll never unsee them. The body doesn't lie. It whispers the truth in every glance, every flinch, every breath. You just have to listen, and here's the final truth. You are not powerless. You are not blind. You are not at the mercy of words. You have the tools to see reality clearly, to protect your peace, to build stronger lives. This channel exists to give you those tools, to break down female psychology in ways no one else dares to reveal the truths that others hide. Because you deserve clarity. You deserve peace. You deserve strength. If this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button right now. Because next time, I'm going to reveal the hidden signs in her voice that most men miss. Signs that expose emotional shifts before they ever show in the body. And you don't want to miss that. Drop a comment below. Which of these signals have you noticed before? Your story might help another man out there who's struggling with doubt. And remember, knowledge is power. The body doesn't lie. You just have to know where to look. So the next time you wonder, don't chase words. Don't chase explanations. Look at the body. Because the body always tells the truth. And once you learn to read it, you'll never be deceived again.